Hello, beautiful eight-filled souls. So, several of you have asked me to say something about coronavirus and this panic that is flowing through society. And I'd like to begin with the near-death experience because it is where I take a lot of comfort. And I know that people who come to these stories also get comfort from them. And one thing I heard in the near-death experience was remind them to go to nature. So yes, go to nature to build your immune system. Go to nature to sit under a tree and feel greater peace. Go to nature to remind yourself that all is okay. And I also have to say, with coming from a place of true love, I did not hear in the near-death experience remind them to go to the economy. I heard remind them to go to nature for healing, for rejuvenation, for the truth, for peace, because our society is out of balance. And if there's a little bit of restructuring creatively that can be done, I hope that is done. I hope that there are far less Doritos in this world and a lot more cheap organic apples for people. You know, that's just kind of a basic hope of mine for my students who suffer economically. You know, when food pantries are put up at schools, they're often the first to go at a time like this, and then people don't often get the healthiest, freshest who live on the edge of society, and these things should be affordable. You know, blueberries and all the things that medical medium and other people suggest for healing and for building immunity, lemons and all of these things should be widely available in all grocery stores, and this should be the main focus, is the staple things, not the things that we don't need, really. And does that mean that people have to get more creative about what is not necessary and focus on what is more necessary? Yeah, look to nature for the truth. Now, another thing that has given me great comfort is praying and meditating and connecting with those who are leading prayers and meditations and really being in line with God's will in all of this. And are people making the wrong choices? Yeah, of course, it's obvious. I mean, storing up too much toilet paper so other people don't have it. I mean, that's incredibly sad. I was in a Walgreens a couple of weeks ago, and there was an older woman who didn't understand what was going on and why people were panicking, and she couldn't understand why there wasn't any toilet papers for her. So I looked around the store very carefully, and there was a big thing of napkins, and instead of taking the last one for myself, I gave them to her. And I thought, you know, I'm young, I'm resourceful, I'll drive around town and find something. And it really just hurt my heart that people aren't more giving. And yet then I am seeing these examples of people who are giving, you know, in whatever community you're a part of. Be there for each other. I love it that so many people online are giving away things free. I gave away some videos from my online summit. These were not interviews, these were just speeches by speakers. So by all means, be in line with what God's will is. Now, I've had a couple of questions from people about, well, is it your time? If it's your time, then it's your time. And yeah, to a degree, but the choices that people make at this time affect other people, and we have to realize that we're all connected. And I think this is a big wake-up call, especially for Americans. One of the parts of the near-death experience was seeing that my actions affected other people. And if nothing else, I mean, this scare or this, you know, pandemic is simply going to teach other people that the actions that you take affect others. And if you truly care about them, then you will make different actions. You will take different actions in your life. And then as far as the panic goes and the self-righteousness and the hubris that is out there, I have to say I waited to talk because I don't want to come from a place of knowing all the answers, and I rarely come from that place because it irritates me when people do. When spiritual teachers or anyone else says, "Well, just replace, you know, love with fear." Well, first you have to love someone in their fear. You have to reach out to someone who is afraid and go, I understand that you're afraid, and all is going to be okay. My angels and guides told me to say these words to people: all is going to be okay. You are going to be okay. And just letting that sink in and letting your inner world really feel that, so that no matter what happens, you are going to be okay. And I think that trust and that peace allows you to make more intuitive decisions and be more in touch with what you need in the moment. But it also allows you to be open to intuition, to new ideas, and to shift away from perhaps extremism in any way, to really look into the hearts of people who are trying to do good in this world. And that is maybe one of the most important things that has come out of this for me, is that when we reach out to others in love, and when others reach out to us in love, they bless our lives in so many ways. So is it loving to mass store toilet paper? No, it's really not. Like it's truly not. And there are these moments where I have felt this deep gratitude for the first time in my life that I grew up in the country and grew up poor, because I'm like, I know how to do this. This is not that hard. I've been without so much growing up that I know how to be grateful for tiny things in life, for little luxuries. And I think that it's time everyone is grateful for the small moments of pleasure, the small moments of joy, the small moments of connection in life. And that can be one of the messages that you take away from this. But mainly take many deep breaths and tell yourself that you are going to be okay, no matter what happens. And, even in worst case scenarios, the body suffers, but the spirit is free, and we do live on. And there is great beauty and great love and great release from the suffering here. But there isn't that much suffering if you really just stop and pay attention to everything that is around you right now, that it isn't that bad to shelter in place. There are so many podcasts to watch. There are so many great books to read. There is, a million different YouTube videos just on great exercises to do with just your body weight, even without the gym. There's great meals to cook within your home. There are people to video chat with and conference with. And finally, I have more time to do a couple of interviews myself after my classes normalize online, and I look forward to providing more interviews for you. But in the meantime, go to nature, both for your healing with lemons, hot water and lemon, with sitting under a tree, with taking your walk in a secluded place. Just love yourself, love other people, and look to nature. May you be blessed.